Okay, last game today. Sorry, I need to crack on. It's the cup final. All right. On the right, they're rather good at this. 2 times champions 2022 and 23. They're back again in the line of fire. We've got Harry, we've got Willie's back again, we've got Rob, and we've got Julia. And on the other side of the table, fit for purpose. We've got Phil in 1, we've got Graham in 2, we've got Tom in 4, and you may notice the seat is empty. I'm about to take it over to Katie.
Okay, you all know the rules. Let's just get cracking. Starting scores, fit for purpose of 5, and in the line of fire of 10. So round 1, 1A, Phil. What is the 3-word name of the animal-shaped cake sold by Marks and Spencer since 1990? Poundland's Chris, Tesco's Curly, Asda's Clyde, Waitroses Cecil, and Aldi's Cuthbert have all been called copies of this cake. Correct, Colin the Caterpillar. Here. 1B, Harry. Running from 1992 until 2017, the Confederations Cup was a competition between the champions of FIFA's continental confederations. Who in 1995 became the first European country to win it? This came 3 years after their surprise victory in the European Championships.
Denmark.
Correct, Denmark. 2A, Graham. Rana Valona I reigned as queen of which large island off the coast of Africa from 1828 to 61, pursuing a policy of isolationism and reducing ties with European powers?
Madagascar.
Madagascar is correct. 2B, Will. Located close to one of the world's largest natural harbours, which city on the south coast of Ireland, in its namesake county in the province of Munster, is the second largest city in the Republic of Ireland, behind Dublin?
Cork.
Correct, Cork. 3A, Ross. Forename or surname acceptable. Which character in the TV series The Office was David Brent's partner in The Dead Parrots, the reigning champion team in the pub quiz episode?
Chris?
Correct. Chris.
I know.
Or Finch or Finchy. 3B, Rob. Published with the notation, on this day I complete my 36th year, which author's final poem is titled January 22, Missolonghi, the site of his death in the Greek Civil War? Team? Over. Byron is correct. 4A, Tom. The X Factor finalists of the 2008 series together reached #1 in the UK singles chart with a charity single cover of which 1993 Mariah Carey hit? Hero is correct. And 4B, Julia. Found in biological laundry detergents, what class of enzymes are used to break down fats? They are also used to enhance the flavour of dairy products. Sure. Found in biological laundry detergents, what class of enzymes are used to break down fats? They are also used to enhance the flavour of dairy products. Sorry? Over.
The phases?
Yeah, live hazers. So in that round, it was 10-3 to Fit for Purpose, and scores are 15-13 to Fit for Purpose. Round 2, 1A Phil. The Manx cat is notable for a mutation causing it to lack which feature common to most other cats? Yeah, tail. 1B, Harry. Raphael Ravenscroft played the distinctive saxophone riff on which 1978 song by Jerry Rafferty, named for a London thoroughfare?
Baker Street.
Baker Street is correct. 2A, Graham. In the standard London version of the board game Monopoly, the orange colour group consists of Bow Street, Marlborough Street, and which other, the most expensive of the three?
Vine Street.
Vine Street is correct. 2B, Will. Sharing its name with a sporting achievement, which operation was a 1960s United Nations offensive against the breakaway state of Katanga, forcibly reintegrating it into the Congo. This was also the name of Goldfinger's fictional plan to irradiate the gold in Fort Knox.
Grandson.
Correct. Operation Grandson. 3A, Ross. The Wallace Line, separating the biogeographic realms of Asia and Australasia, passes between Borneo and which other large island to its east? Sulawesi is correct. 3B, Rob. An event featured in one of Shakespeare's history plays, the rebellion led by Owain Glyndwr took place during the reign of which English monarch?
John.
Over. Henry IV is correct. 4A, Tom. Described as being very large and needing the use of 2 walking sticks, the amateur sleuth Dr. Gideon Fell was a creation of which American writer who specialised in locked room mysteries such as 1935's The Hollow Man? Correct. Carr is correct. And 4B, Julia. Which 1984 Arnold Schwarzenegger film was the first in a series that saw him play a cyborg sent back from the future? Terminator is correct. So in that round, it was 9-5 to Fit for Purpose, scores at 24-18 to Fit for Purpose. Round 3, 1A, Phil. Which river of East Devon, often cited as one of the shortest complete rivers of England, precedes Mouth in the name of the town at its mouth, known as the Gateway to the Jurassic Coast? Sorry? Over. No, this is the Sid.
Oh.
1B, Harry. Which former Liberal MP for Bodmin testified against his former colleague Jeremy Thorpe in his 1979 trial for attempted murder, claiming that Thorpe had sought to involve him in his plan to kill Norman Scott?
Smith.
Over.
Jackson.
No, this is someone called Peter Bessel. 2A, Graham. The New Zealand cities of Napier and Hastings are both known for their many buildings in which architectural style, having been largely rebuilt following the 1931 Hawke's Bay earthquake.
Art Deco.
Art Deco is correct. 2B, Will. In the comic The Beano, the title character of which strip has the name Marmaduke, Earl of Bunkerton? Lord Snooty is correct. 3A, Ross. The only ever Belgian winner of the Nobel Prize for Physics, Francois Englert, shared the award with which British scientist for their theoretical discovery in 1964 of a mechanism explaining the origin of mass in some subatomic particles, which was later confirmed. Yes. Team.
Higgs.
Higgs is correct. 3B, Rob. Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy is a famous movement from what 1892 ballet score by Tchaikovsky, named for a type of tool? The Nutcracker is correct. 4A, Tom. In the Tour de France, the yellow jersey is worn by the rider who leads in the general classification. What other colour jersey is worn by the leader in the points competition, which is mainly contested by the sprinters? Green is correct. And 4B, Julia. From 2002 to 6, which actress and model was the second of Charlie Sheen's 3 wives? Her film roles have included a 1999 appearance as a Bond girl, and more recently, she has been one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Denise Richards is correct. So in that round, it was 6-4 to in the line of fire. Scores are 28-24 to Fit for Purpose. Round 4, 1A, Phil. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Round 4, 1A, Phil. Which struggling folk singer character completes the title of the 2013 Coen Brothers film, Inside? Llewyn Davis is correct. 1B, Harry. What was the name given to the location of King Arthur's court? It is also the title of a Lerner and Loewe musical. Camelot is correct. 2A, Graham. On instruments such as pipe organs, what name is given to the keyboards that are not operated with the feet?
Manuals.
Manuals is correct. 2B, Will. Comet Swift-Tuttle is associated with which meteor shower that peaks around 12th August? Team. Perseids is correct. 3A, Ross. Michael Jackson's Blood on the Dance Floor, Shaggy's Angel, and Tony Christie's Is This the Way to Amarillo were the #1 songs at the times of the 3 general election victories for which British Prime Minister? Sure. Michael Jackson's Blood on the Dance Floor, Shaggy's Angel, and Tony Christie's Is This the Way to Amarillo? Yeah. 3B, Rob. Which quarterback was named the MVP at this year's Super Bowl, where his team, the Philadelphia Eagles, beat the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs?
Hurts.
Yep, Jalen Hurts. 4A, Tom. Which Norwegian venturer and ethnographer popularized his widely discredited Kon-Tiki theory that Polynesia was first populated by travelers from South America? Yep. And 4B, Julia. The operant conditioning chamber is also known as which pioneering behaviorist's namesake box? He shares his surname with a fictional school principal. Skinner is correct.
Which class
So in that round it was 8-6 to Fit for Purpose. Scores are 36-30 to Fit for Purpose. Round 5, question order changes. 1A, Harry. The Wallace Line, separating the biogeographic realms of Asia and Australasia, passes through the narrow but deep gap between Bali and which other island immediately to its east? Over. Lombok is correct. 1B, Phil. An event featured in one of Shakespeare's history plays, the rebellion led by Jack Cade, took place during the reign of which English monarch? Over. No, this is Henry VI. 2A, Will. Described as the 7th of a ton by his assistant Archie Goodwin, the brilliant armchair detective Nero Wolfe Described as weighing a 1/7 of a ton by his assistant Archie Goodwin, the brilliant armchair detective Nero Wolfe was a creation of which American writer? This author also rebutted World War II Axis propaganda on his radio show, Our Secret Weapon. Team.
Spain.
Over.
Queen.
No, this is Rex Stout.
Queen's one.
2B, Graham. In the titles of a pair of 1980s Arnold Schwarzenegger films, which loincloth-wearing, sword-wielding character is described as both the Barbarian and the Destroyer?
Conan.
Conan's correct. 3A, Rob. Sphinx cats are selectively bred to lack which feature common to most other cats? Hair is correct. 3B, Ross. Dirty old river, must you keep rolling, flowing into the night, are the opening lines of which 1967 hit by the Kinks, named for an area of London? Waterloo Sunset is correct. 4A, Julia. In the standard London version of the board game Monopoly, the yellow colour group consists of Leicester Square, Coventry Street, and which other, the most expensive of the three? Team.
Rob.
Piccadilly is correct.
Straight in there and then separate thought on that side.
And 4B, Tom. What avian operation name refers to a US-backed campaign of political repression by South American dictatorships in the 1970s and 80s? This is also the alternative title of the Jackie Chan film Armor of God 2. Condor is correct. End of round, it was 7-3 to Fit for Purpose, scores 43-33 to Fit for Purpose. Round 6, 1A, Harry. Forename or surname acceptable. Which character in the TV series The Office teamed up with Tim Canterbury in The Tits, the team that defeated David Brent and Finchy in the pub quiz episode?
Gareth.
Over.
Dawn.
No. Ricky or Howard?
Oh, God. Sorry.
1B, Phil. Which author's poem beginning "Bright Star, were I as steadfast as thou art" was published as Blank's last sonnet about 2 decades after his death in Rome from tuberculosis in 1821? Yep, John Keats. 2A, Will. The X Factor finalists of the 2009 series together reached #1 in the UK singles chart with a charity single cover of which 1995 Michael Jackson #1 ballad written by R. Kelly. You Are Not Alone is correct. 2B, Graham. Found in biological laundry detergents, what class of enzymes are used to dissolve starches from fabrics? They are also used in bread making to break down starch into simple sugars.
Amylase.
Correct, amylase. 3A, Rob. What is the 2-word name of the animal-shaped gummy sweet sold by Marks & Spencer since 1992? Poundland's Dinky Dogs, Lidl's Henry Hippo, Aldi's Leo the Lion, and Sainsbury's Eric Elephant have all been called copies of these sweets. Percy Pigs is correct. 3B, Ross. Winning in 1999, who were the only North American country to win FIFA's Confederations Cup? They have won the CONCACAF Gold Cup more times than any other country. Mexico is correct. 4A, Julia. Establishing a standing army and consolidating rival clans, Shaka reigned as king of which southern African people from 1816 to 28? The 1879 war between Britain and this kingdom featured the battles of Isandlwana and Rorke's Drift. Zulu is correct.